Hey everybody, Robert here from Practice Space. I'm here at my school, the California Conservatory of Music in the San Francisco Bay Area, where Practice Space grew out of. And today I'm happy to say that Practice Space is serving over 50,000 music students worldwide, in tons of studios, small and large. And one thing that I think is a huge benefit for all of these schools and studios is that Practice Space helps them with their student retention. And I just wanted to go into how really quick. So let's dive into 5 ways to improve retention with Practice Space. So the first way that Practice Space is super helpful is we've just optimized the student assignment and made the assignment book fully digital and ditched the paper for savable assignments, shareable assignments. You can create custom libraries for your teachers, rich with digital assets that people can add on the fly in the lesson. So let's just dive in and take a look at how those work. Under the My Students tab, your teachers will have a list of their students, and if they open up a student's profile, one thing that they can do is click, let me just remove this draft, but they can click copy last lesson. So that's going to carbon copy whatever they worked on with the student last week, right? We all know as music teachers that generally students work on similar material from week to week. So you're going to have the notes field, which is kind of just, it's a little bit more broad and like the recitals coming up, or, remember to work on your posture when you're going through all of your pieces. And then they can, create specific assignments for the student to use when they're practicing at home. So to do that, they can create a new assignment, so they can put a title in, they can put in the notes like directions, they can use rich text, and then they can add files from your libraries or from their own device. They can record quick videos right then and there, or they could record audio then and there and add it to the assignment, and that would get saved to their library. So if they teach this piece again with a different student, they can just grab it from their library and then add it to the lesson for the student to practice. And maybe you need to edit it for a student's specific needs. But they can throw that in there, and then you can, of course, you can remove stuff from a student from their lesson. You can reshuffle the order, and then, you set the time of how long you want the student to practice and click publish, and that gets sent to the student side. So let's just log in real quick and see what that looks like for a student. So here, this is a sample assignment, so it's just going to be checked off. Usually, we're not sending this to our students, but we can see some details on what the notes are, and then like in this case, this is going to be a video of just like a walkthrough for you all that you'll be able to see in your library if you start a demo or a trial with us. And then you can see again, like here's for BAM, like enjoy Practice Space, everybody. They can share PDFs, you can download it, you can print it, you can see videos.
For a quick demonstration video,
so this is just video I just made on one of the takes for this segment, and then they can also see all the assignments that they've been sent in the past. But I think a huge motivator for students is just knowing what to practice. Students that practice stay music students longer, and they get good at it. They get confident because they're good at it. They enjoy it more. They feel like they have more ownership. So this kind of just helps them know exactly what to work on. They're not going to lose their music. They're not going to lose their notes. They're not going to forget how to do a fingering or a hard passage if you sent them a simple demonstration video. And again, this was made so a teacher can do this on the fly in the class, on their phone or on their computer or on their tablet. No extra work necessary. The next bit that I wanted to talk about is strengthening parent communication. With a clear track record of what the student's been working on in the lessons, and a clear ledger of all their practices, and on top of that, a clear section for notes or feedback and updates, and also a great email feature that also sends the lesson to the student's email or the parent's email if they're a kid. Just makes it a really robust system of kind of accountability and like clarity around like what's happening in the private class. You know, in a lot of cases, kids are getting dropped off, or maybe the parent's not going into the lesson. So it's kind of not always clear what they're working on. So let's just jump in and show, you know, how that's achieved. Basically, there's always going to be a clear track record of the lessons, or if the student's in a group, you know, the group lessons, which, you know, is maybe just real quick, you can send assignments to a lesson to a group of students as well. They can see their practices, and then you as a teacher can see details about them, but they can also see all this on the student side. So a parent can log in on any device they want to the student's account. You know, a family can have multiple students under one account. And then for each one of those accounts, they can see all of the lessons that they've been sent. They can see all of the practices that their child has done. And maybe they want to look at some of the fun other things that we'll talk about later. But they can see a clear ledger of all of that. You know, again, within a lesson, they can always see like notes, general notes that are coming up. When a teacher creates, when they create a lesson, let me just do this. When they create a lesson, there's also this email feature, so you can elect to turn to send the email of the lesson to. So in that case, the student would have a clear list of all of the notes at the top, and then each of the assignments with the notes for each assignment. And then also if you attached anything to an assignment, they also get the link in the email. So they don't even have to log in, like if they need a PDF of something, or if they need to see a demonstration, a video of something. They don't even need to log into the platform to get that if they have it in the email. So again, this kind of just gives a lot of accountability for everybody involved. Like the teacher needs to put stuff in there for the student to practice. If the parent ever says, I don't know what my kid's working on, they can just check in practice space, or you can have your teachers turn the email feature on to send it. So I just think this creates a great resource for everybody to be on the same page on what the student's working on, how much they've been working on it, and then have the resources of what to work on in multiple places. The next thing I wanted to talk about is motivation. I feel like this is the most unique part to our platform. As mentioned earlier, Practice Space grew out of a music school that we own in the San Francisco Bay Area back in 2019. And we started with the student experience first. It was for our students. It was a retention tool for us to use with our students. We have been doing a lot of fun things on paper, like like a monthly practice challenge, 100-day practice challenge, all of these fun things that are now just kind of in Practice Space. So let's jump into some of these. First, I want to talk about like practice streaks, the custom words, some of the stuff that is kind of just in there for you. You don't have to do anything as a teacher or school owner to have access to these features. So the first thing is practice streaks. You know, if a student practices every day in a row, they, level up their streak awards, and they get different pop-up badges, and they can see all of those, the ones that they've earned under here. And it also, they can see like other awards that like other students have gotten over here. So, again, like just the motivation, practicing every day, and striving to get that streak is a huge motivator. We also have your studio's leaderboard. This one is a demo account, so it's not that fun. But if a student practices their full practice goal, which the teacher sets, so if I think a student should practice 10 minutes, they practice 10 minutes, they get 100 practice points. If I think a student should do 50 minutes and they do 50 minutes, they get 100 practice points. That makes it kind of equitable amongst all the levels and ages you might have within your studio. And then this resets every week. So, you can see, so everybody has a chance, new students, it's not cumulative, and, is a great motivator for the students to kind of have some healthy competition, if you will. In the shop, we change these up every single month for everybody. We send out like some packets associated with it. So we always have some composers that we put in. We have different backgrounds that the students can add to their profile. They have to practice first to be able to get these, but and they have power-ups like streak freezers. And then you can also add your own custom words. So if you want to do that, you just go in here and you go to your store, and then you can turn these on and off as you deem fit. So like if a student wants to purchase an invite for the pizza party, they can do that with a practice gem. Practice gems are going to be earned by completing assignments, completing streaks and different things. We have a lot of resources and information on how those are calculated and work on our website. And then, the next bit of student motivation also ties into something that we're going to talk about later, but you can do community challenges, so you can add different types of challenges. You can challenge individual students, you can challenge groups, and you can challenge your entire studio too. So a practice challenge is going to be like how many practices within a certain date range, and then you can also do like in a row, so like a streak challenge, like a custom streak challenge for your whole studio. So like 10 practices in a row in March, and they'll get a notification in the app that they're doing that. You can also do video challenges, so like record this many practice videos in a month. So I'll just go video challenge. I'll say no end date. I'll skip kind of all of this stuff. We'll talk about the social stuff later. And I'll just say 10 practice videos. Record your practice. And then, I'll just add all these students. And then when I create that challenge, the student will get a notification here on their feed, and they'll also be able to see this video challenge there. So, like the streaks, practice challenges, your own custom awards. And also I would say just having like their own stats and like things, especially for older students, like they can see how much they've been practicing is a huge motivator. So the fourth way schools are using practice space is for makeup lessons. This is a big problem for a lot of us. We can't kind of invent more time for people. So we need to figure out great solutions to provide our customers value when they're going to miss a class. And people are doing that asynchronously with practice space. On the student side, students can record practice videos as we just talked about in the challenge. So they can record a practice video and they can choose to send that to their teacher. And then that would show up on their teacher's activity feed here. Or if you have it turned on, which I do like to just clarify that a lot of these features you can turn on and off for your school to kind of make it a little bit more in line with how you run your school or how you want to run your school. But students can also send files. If the chat is on, they can record, hey, Teacher Robert, I'm going to be out next week, so I wanted to send you a few videos of me playing the pieces we're working on, so maybe this is going to be one of them. And then, I can add that file to the chat and send that along to the teacher. And then they'll have like a clear kind of video of what to critique, right? So then over here, I'll get a notification that student has sent me a video, or I can look on my feed here to find their practice videos. And then basically I can just take the lesson time to create that student a custom, catch-up class, makeup class, whatever you want to call it. I can respond to specific videos through an assignment, and then I can also email it to I can make sure the email feature is on, so that gets sent to the parent as well. So, I can put in the notes like, this is for our catch up class for, the student's name absence on this date, whatever it is. And then I can make assignments, maybe I call it like makeup assignment or whatever I want to do to kind of just designate that this is for that makeup lesson. And then I can, publish that, and that gets sent to the student side. So, that way I took the time that the student had booked with me, and I provided them value. So, that works even if you don't have videos from the student, but of course that having that extra resource just helps give teachers the opportunity to provide more value. And I feel like the makeup problem is really just about providing value to the student when they're not there. And this is a fantastic way to do it. And I'm so happy that so many teachers are using Practice Space to solve this problem. I think one last asset that Practice Space provides to studios is that it helps build a sense of community within the studio through community challenges and different features that we have. A lot of music lessons is, one person comes in, they go out, another person comes in, and, a lot of students don't get to know each other as well, or, aren't even aware of like what the other kids are doing. And while there's a lot of privacy involved with Practice Space, like students can't like talk to each other or anything like that, and they can't like see too much information on each other's profile, because we do have like younger students using it, and we are COPA compliant. But there are some features that kind of do get at the essence of that and help with. So, the first thing that I wanted to go over just one more time is community challenges, because one of the parts of that feature that I glossed over is going to be the social side of this. So, I can have a practice challenge that like maybe, we're in March 2025. I don't know when it is when you're watching this, but, and maybe I'm going to say like, let's do, 20 practices within this month. And, then I can turn on these social settings so students can see each other's progress. Students can see the progress will get posted to the activity feed, and then if you want to go so far as you can allow them to react or comment on each other's posts. And then if it's a practice video challenge, they could even see each other's practice videos and comment on them and cheer them on. A teacher always is going to see all the comments and everything, so it's never like just student to student. But I would advise, like, especially larger schools that don't have, the admin support to check this, to like leave the comments off and just let them see kind of like general activity, because then you don't have to worry about anybody commenting on anything. So, and then, just to go through real quick, like, I'm just gonna add a lame thing here. You can add files to a challenge to like learn this piece if you want. That's a popular one. And then I can create that challenge. And then, basically all this is sorry, this one's running still. All this is that the student is going to be able to see like, hey, like, who else is in the challenge? Like, there's my progress. Like, and then you can see like the progress of other students. You can see like that, I just finished a practice and am 5% complete with the challenge, practice challenge. So, and then if basically like Jace practice, then we could see that I would see that Jace ran a practice. So, that kind of builds community and like adds like, oh, this kid's doing it, I'll do it too. They can also see like awards that other students have earned. Your studio's leaderboard is going to be a fun kind of point of, healthy competition and also community where they see that other kids are practicing in there. If you have groups set up, you can send, assignments to that group, but you can also create like performance rooms within the group chat. Each group will get a chat, which you can turn off if you want, just within, you can either turn that off at the studio level, or you can turn it off at the group level. But if you have like older kids that are in like a rock band or something and you want them to have like videos of each other practicing their parts or some camaraderie, you can have that on. Again, whoever is the teacher of that group is going to be able to see that group chat. It is never student to student. But I feel like these are some fun ways that I see schools throughout the world, just developing community amongst their students. So I hope you give it a try, and would love to hear your feedback on that. I hope you enjoyed this, quick walkthrough on Practice Space and some different features that people are using to improve their retention. I feel like the platform has a lot more to offer. And we're going to continue to build and just offer more awesome features for music teachers and music schools. If you're curious about Practice Space, you can do a free 30-day trial, no credit card required. Just go to practicespaceapp.com and you can click free trial to set up your account. You can also book a demo with us here. I'm happy to meet up with you and show you around the platform. And the pricing is going to be $16 a month for the admin account, which a teacher can use, and then each additional teacher seat is $6.95 a month. We do have yearly discounts available, and we do have a kind of higher package for bigger schools that want unlimited teacher seats. So get in touch, try it out, send us your feedback. We'd love to meet you. And thank you so much to Johnny and everybody at BAM Squad for showcasing our platform. We're proud of it, and I hope you all like it. Thank you.